My beloved child, something subtle yet powerful has been unfolding around you, even if you haven't named it yet. There is a quiet tension in the air, a pause that feels intentional, as if the universe itself is holding its breath. Someone connected to your story has been carrying a truth for a long time, and lately, that truth has grown heavy in their hands. You may have felt it as a shift, small signs, unexpected moments, a sudden change in how energy moves around you. This is not confusion. This is alignment. The secret tied to you is no longer comfortable to hide, and that discomfort is the beginning of honesty. Don't skip this moment. What is happening now is not about confrontation or drama, it is about clarity. The truth doesn't arrive loudly. It arrives calmly, steadily, and right on time. And when it comes, it brings relief, not just for you, but for everyone involved. Stay till the end, because this is not the full picture yet. This is the first crack in a wall that was never meant to stand forever. Something huge is waiting for you, not in the distance, but just beyond this moment of stillness. You are not being tested. You are being prepared. And what's coming next will finally explain why everything had to unfold exactly this way. There is a reason certain memories are resurfacing now, even the ones you thought were settled. Somewhere, someone has been replaying moments involving you, realizing that what they once dismissed cannot be ignored anymore. The truth connected to you has started knocking on their awareness, and it refuses to be silenced. You may notice pauses where there used to be confidence, hesitation where there was certainty. This is not coincidence. This is the weight of realization settling in. They are nervous not because of what you might do, but because the truth itself has power. And once it steps forward, it cannot be reshaped or hidden again. Don't skip this part, because this is where everything quietly shifts. What's unfolding is not dramatic on the surface, but internally it is undeniable. A realization has taken root, and it's growing stronger each day. The secret is no longer safe in silence, and the pressure to speak honestly is becoming impossible to escape. Stay till the end, because what's approaching is not exposure, it's release. When the truth finally comes out, it won't feel chaotic. It will feel clear. It will explain the distance, the mixed signals, the unspoken tension you sensed but couldn't fully name. Something huge is waiting for you, and it isn't about proving anything. It's about understanding your own worth, your impact, and why this truth had to surface now. The next moment will reveal how deeply this was always connected to your path. What they never expected was how deeply your presence stayed with them, even after time tried to move everything forward. While you were growing, healing, and becoming quieter in your strength, they were realizing that the truth they hid was shaping every thought they had about you. This is the moment where inner stories begin to collapse. The version they told themselves no longer fits, and that realization is unsettling. Not because you changed, but because they finally see you clearly. The secret connected to you is now brushing against their conscience, asking to be acknowledged, not feared. Don't skip this, because something rare is happening here. When someone becomes nervous about a truth, it's often because they understand its value. They see how much it matters, how much it could change the way everything is understood. And that awareness is powerful. Stay till the end, because what's unfolding is not just about them speaking out. It's about you standing in a quiet confidence that doesn't need explanation. The truth is aligning itself with your timing, not theirs, and that changes everything. Something huge is waiting for you in this unfolding, an emotional clarity that feels like a deep breath after a long silence. The next part will reveal why this truth could only surface once you were ready to receive it. It begins quietly, almost invisibly, when someone realizes they can no longer outrun what they know to be true. The silence they once relied on now feels too loud, and every unanswered thought circles back to you. This is the stage where avoidance turns into awareness. They are starting to understand that the secret isn't just information, it's an unfinished truth that shaped how they treated you, how they pulled away, how they hesitated when honesty mattered most. That understanding brings nervousness, yes, but it also brings something unexpected: respect. Don't skip this moment, because it carries a rare shift. When the truth presses forward, it does so with intention. It waits until both sides are strong enough to handle it. And right now, you are. You've grown into a calm clarity that doesn't demand answers, and that is exactly why the truth feels safe to emerge. Stay till the end, because what's approaching is not an apology or a dramatic reveal. It's a recognition. A realization that you were never confused, you were intuitive. The pieces you sensed were real, and now they are arranging themselves into something complete. Something huge is waiting for you in this realization: freedom from doubt. As the truth prepares to surface, it does not come to disrupt your life. It comes to align it. And the next part will show how this alignment changes everything that follows. At some point, the truth stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like a doorway. That is exactly where this moment is heading. Someone connected to your story is realizing that holding back the truth has cost them more than speaking it ever could, and that realization is reshaping everything. They are beginning to see you not as a chapter they could close, but as a presence that quietly changed their perspective. The secret they carried was never just about what happened, it was about what they felt and never said. And now, that unspoken truth is pressing forward, asking to be acknowledged with honesty. Don't skip this part, because this is where timing reveals its wisdom. The truth did not come earlier because you were still becoming who you are now. You needed space to grow into your strength, your clarity, your calm. Only now does the truth feel aligned with your life instead of interrupting it. Stay till the end, because something rare is unfolding. When the truth emerges, it won't feel heavy or overwhelming. It will feel grounding. It will answer questions you stopped asking, not to reopen the past, but to release it. Something huge is waiting for you in this moment of understanding. Not a shock, but a deep confirmation that you were never imagining the signs. The next part will reveal how this truth becomes a turning point, not just for them, but for you. There is a moment when the heart recognizes what the mind tried to delay. That moment has arrived now. Someone who once stayed silent is standing at the edge of honesty, aware that the truth connected to you is no longer something they can quietly carry alone. They are realizing that every delay, every pause, every unfinished sentence pointed back to the same truth. You mattered more than they admitted, and that realization has become impossible to ignore. This is not regret speaking, it is clarity finally finding its voice. Don't skip this, because this part holds a rare shift in energy. When someone becomes nervous, it is often because they sense the truth will change how everything is understood. Not by creating chaos, but by bringing a calm clarity that settles long-standing questions. Stay till the end, because what's coming is not confrontation. It is alignment. The truth is arranging itself in a way that honors your growth and respects your journey. It will arrive without force, without urgency, and exactly when it can be received with peace. Something huge is waiting for you in this unfolding, not a revelation that shakes you, but one that steadies you. The next part will show how this truth, once spoken, opens a door you never expected, yet were always ready to walk through. What unfolds next is not rushed, because truths of this kind move with purpose. The silence that once felt heavy is now thinning, and in that space, understanding is beginning to breathe. Someone connected to you is preparing to step out from behind what was unsaid, not out of pressure, but out of readiness. They see now that the secret was never meant to stay hidden forever. It was meant to mature, to wait until you reached this place of steadiness and self-trust. That realization changes how they approach you, how they think about the past, and how they imagine what comes next. Don't skip this moment, because it carries a rare kind of power. When truth rises gently, it brings clarity instead of confusion. You may feel a quiet knowing, a calm recognition that what is unfolding aligns with what you sensed all along. Stay till the end, because this part reveals something unexpected. You no longer need the truth to feel whole. That is the shift. The truth is arriving not to complete you, but to meet you where you already stand, grounded, aware, and ready. Something huge is waiting for you in this alignment. The next part will show how this truth, once shared, doesn't pull you backward, but propels you forward into a version of your life that feels lighter, clearer, and finally unburdened. Just when it seems like everything has settled, a deeper layer begins to reveal itself. This is the moment where truth stops hovering at the edges and starts moving toward the center of your life. Someone who once held back is now realizing that honesty is the only path left that feels real. They understand that the secret connected to you was never about control or avoidance, it was about timing. And now, the timing feels undeniable. What they are carrying wants to be released, not dramatically, but sincerely, in a way that finally matches the depth of what you shared. Don't skip this, because this part holds a surprising shift. The truth arriving now is not something you have to chase. It is coming toward you naturally, drawn by the clarity you have cultivated. That alone changes the meaning of everything that came before. Stay till the end, because this is where you realize something rare. The truth is no longer just theirs to tell. It has become part of your story, your growth, your understanding of your own strength. Something huge is waiting for you in this realization, a sense of completion that doesn't close doors, but opens them. The next part will reveal how this truth, once fully seen, transforms the way you step into what comes next. Before any words are spoken, there is a recognition that cannot be undone. This is the moment when the truth no longer feels distant or abstract, but close enough to change how you see everything that led you here. Someone connected to you is standing in that realization now, aware that honesty will finally bring peace. They are beginning to understand something surprising: the truth does not take from them, it gives. It clears the weight they've carried and restores a sense of integrity they've been missing. And in that understanding, their nervousness softens into resolve. Don't skip this, because this is where the energy shifts in your favor. You are no longer waiting for clarity, clarity is moving toward you. The answers you stopped expecting are aligning with the calm strength you've developed, and that alignment is powerful. Stay till the end, because this part reveals a quiet miracle. When the truth comes, it won't arrive as a shock. It will arrive as confirmation. A gentle, steady moment where everything suddenly makes sense without effort. Something huge is waiting for you in this unfolding, a renewed trust in your own perception. The next part will show how this trust becomes the foundation for what you step into next, with confidence and peace guiding every choice. When the truth finally reaches this stage, it no longer asks for permission to exist. It arrives with a calm certainty, and everyone involved can feel that nothing will be the same afterward. Someone connected to you is stepping into that moment now, ready to let honesty speak where silence once stood. They are realizing that the secret was never protecting anyone, it was only delaying understanding. And now, with clarity in place, the truth feels less like a risk and more like a relief. What they reveal will not disrupt your life, it will refine it. Don't skip this part, because this is where meaning settles in. The answers you receive may be quiet, but they will be complete. They will explain why patience was required, why distance existed, and why your intuition kept guiding you forward even without proof. Stay till the end, because this is not the conclusion, it is the turning point. The truth arriving now marks the beginning of a lighter chapter, one shaped by awareness instead of uncertainty. Something huge is waiting for you beyond this moment, the freedom to move forward without unanswered questions following you. What comes next will feel grounded, clear, and unmistakably aligned with who you have become. What follows the truth is often quieter than expected, yet infinitely more powerful. This is the space where understanding settles into your heart, not as noise, but as calm assurance. Someone connected to your story is sensing that once honesty is shared, there is no need to look back with uncertainty. They are realizing something profound: the truth does not rewrite the past, but it does transform how the past lives within you. What was once heavy becomes lighter. What was once confusing becomes clear. And that clarity changes how they see you: steady, grounded, and far stronger than they imagined. Don't skip this moment, because this is where the real shift happens. You are no longer defined by what was hidden or delayed. You are defined by how gracefully you moved forward, even without answers. That strength is now unmistakable. Stay till the end, because this part reveals a rare gift. When the truth finally rests where it belongs, it gives you permission to trust yourself completely. Your intuition was never wrong, it was simply early. Something huge is waiting for you beyond this realization, a deeper confidence in your path. The next part will show how this confidence opens doors that once felt distant, guiding you into a future that feels clear, aligned, and undeniably yours. Sometimes the final shift doesn't announce itself, it simply arrives and everything makes sense. This is that moment. The truth that once felt distant has now settled into clarity, and with it comes a calm understanding that changes how you carry yourself. Someone connected to you is recognizing that speaking honestly was never about correcting the past, but about honoring what was real. And in that honesty, there is a quiet respect that finally matches the depth of your presence. What was once held back now stands clearly, without confusion. Don't skip this, because this part completes a long inner journey. You are no longer waiting for validation or explanation. The truth has confirmed what you already felt, and that confirmation strengthens you in a way nothing else could. Stay till the end, because this is where purpose becomes visible. What unfolds next is not random, it is aligned. Every step you take from here carries the confidence of knowing your intuition was true and your patience meaningful. Something huge is waiting for you beyond this point, a future that feels open, steady, and free of unanswered questions. This truth did not arrive to disrupt you, it arrived to elevate you.